Hey Kaycee,
Hey Ashley,
welcome to Nostalgic Nightcaps. What is it? Why are we here?
what in the world is that? So every week, you and I, two best friends since we were 13 years old, can you even believe?
Aw,
We analyze and discuss the media that we were raised on from like before we were born, the 70s, 80s to the 90s to when we were teenagers in the 2000s.
yes,
And not only that, not only that, but we pair it with a on-theme cocktail or other drink.
absolutely. And this month we're doing just mocktails.
hmm
Got
Or just
January.
yeah, non-alcoholic drinks, but you can
Yeah,
add
not
alcohol.
necessarily
We're not
mocktails. Yeah,
just do whatever you want, you know?
yeah, we don't judge.
What's this week's episode about?
Well, this week we are talking about Beetlejuice in general, both movies and in particular the cartoon episode of the spooky Boo-tique.
The cartoon. It had like 96 episodes or something
I know.
ridiculous.
What
I thought that
in
was
the
like a
world?
one-off show.
No, there was a lot happening there.
Do you remember what year that is from? Like 1989 or
Yes,
something?
I wrote it. It was a very small amount of time. September 1989 to December 1991. There was
Oh,
4 seasons.
jeez. Okay.
That's a lot. First three on ABC, and then it moved to Fox Kids,
hmm
as you do.
Fox Kids was my jam. While we're talking about Beetlejuice as a franchise, what in the world are we drinking?
Well, I had to just say it's Beetlejuice.
I would never have thought of that. I'm not even kidding.
And I will admit, this was not my original plan. I had to pivot a little bit. I had ordered or I had was going to order green apple syrup, but it wasn't going to come in time. So then I had to find something else. So what we ended up with, I will admit, doesn't sound very good. It looks pretty awful, but it tastes pretty good. So, hey,
It's like Beetlejuice, though.
there you go. Look at it.
Oh, that looks so nasty. It looks like a swamp water.
I know. I know. All right. So, what we have. And I bought like purple rimming sugar to make it look cute. It didn't come out as like purple at all. It's just like it just looks clear. So big disappointment here. But anyway, if you want to be fancy and if you have good sugar that's purple, rim your glass with purple sugar. And then with ice, you put 4 ounces of sparkling apple or pear cider,
Mm.
2 ounces of Bolthouse Farms Green Immunity Boost juice.
Okay.
A little
Oh,
immunity
so
happening.
yeah.
And then 2 ounces of Apple Burst Gatorade. I was trying to make it like as green as possible. I even bought like neon green food coloring, but they only had gel. They didn't have the liquid. It's just it was a big mess. The whole experience.
That actually sounds perfect to drink after when you have a hangover.
Oh, for sure, yeah. A little Gatorade, a little
There you
greens.
go.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
And it tastes pretty good. Whew, man, that was a rough one. And then I was thinking, if you want to be real fancy, you can garnish like with some little gummy worm, you know?
Yeah, the gummy worm would work really well
Yeah,
for that.
there you have it. All right. Now that we've got that out of the way, do you want to talk a little bit about your history with Beetlejuice in general?
I would love to. So, I definitely watched the cartoon before I saw the movie
Okay.
because imagine my shock
Yeah,
at the movie after
that
that.
would be quite the revelation.
When I was around third, fourth grade, for one summer we had satellite dish. So we had
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Oh,
And I was on my own all day because it was summer. And there was like a block of TV on Cartoon Network. And it had like the Addams Family, which impossible to find anywhere. Like
Yeah.
that's all I want to do is watch the Addams Family cartoon. And
So
it had
good.
this, and then later on there was like Flintstones, Jetsons, all of that stuff.
Hmm.
That's what I did for 3 months straight, just right in front of that TV. I had no friends. But then somewhere along the line, I don't remember the first time that I watched Beetlejuice. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is dark.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then I wasn't like super into it, but like I was into the aesthetic, obviously, who isn't? I was like
Hmm.
into Lydia Deetz. I thought she's an icon, a goth
Oh
icon.
yeah.
And she is really cool and has really cool outfits. And I actually think that in the cartoon she has way cooler outfits too.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And then I did go see Beetlejuice, and I absolutely loved it. It was so
Hmm.
much fun. Michael Keaton, perfect.
Yes. We know how much I love Michael Keaton.
That's all I could think of. So today I decided, well, first of all, as I was coming back from Mexico on the
Yeah.
plane, I started watching Beetlejuice again, and then we
Okay.
started having turbulence, and I was like, I'm not
Oh,
gonna die watching this.
can't be it.
Oh, that'd be really sick. And so I didn't finish that, but today I watched the episode of Beetlejuice, and then I watched the movie Beetlejuice because I wanted it to be very much like when I was a kid and saw one
Oh,
before the other. And it was just as shocking that switch over.
yeah. I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought they were best friends.
Yeah. Let's talk. Well, I'll give a little bit of my history and then we'll talk about those big differences there. I don't honestly know which one I watched first, but I watched them both all the time, the original movie and the cartoon. I mean, Neil would always say, "Shop two, freak at the spooky boutique." Is mad now. It's just the best episode. It just sticks with you. I don't know. And then I saw the Beetlejuice in theaters and I loved it also.
Yeah,
I think
it was so
it
fun.
was a really good continuation,
Hmm.
especially with it being so far apart. I think it was more than 30 years apart,
Michael Keaton just he looked like he was having the most fun he's ever had in his life.
right?
And that's what I loved. Like I was like, I don't everything else could have been really bad, and I
Yeah.
still would have only been able to talk about how much fun he had while playing
Hmm.
that part again.
Yeah. And I can imagine how fun that would be
Hmm.
after 35 years or whatever to go back to.
Playing that part after like all the like serious roles that he's ever had to
Hmm.
play and stuff.
Yeah, so let's talk about those differences there. I don't know in the movie how old exactly Lydia is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure like 14, 15, is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that. In the cartoon, she is supposed to be 12.
Yes.
And in the movie, Beetlejuice is terrible, terrible to her. He's trying to marry her. She, of course, is a young teenager and does not want to marry him. Uh,
Yes, it was really upsetting.
it's rough.
That scene went on way too long, and like as I was watching it today, I'm like, oh my God, I hate this so
I
much. Like,
know,
can we
right?
end this? Can
Like,
we end this
oh,
scene? This is really
God,
uncomfortable.
extremely uncomfortable. But in the cartoon, they're best friends, which is much more fun.
But also weird.
Oh, very
Because
weird.
why is this grown man friends with a 12-year-old girl?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's an episode where they have their anniversary.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they give each
Wait, are
other
they supposed to
presents.
like actually be married?
No, it's like their friendship anniversary, but it's
Oh,
still
okay.
like a weird plot point, wouldn't you say?
It's very weird, especially since that was in the original movie to be
Hmm.
hmm, gross.
Anyway.
I feel like I had not watched the cartoon for a very long time before this.
Hmm.
Um,
Same.
but it didn't feel to me like he was an adult. You know, it felt like he was just another,
A gross entity.
yeah, yeah, kind of ageless thing. Just
Yeah.
just there. So it didn't feel quite as weird to me, but yeah, when you think about it, that is very weird.
Why did they just make him a teenager?
That's a good question because I mean they changed her age and the entire like concept, like yeah, they could have just made him. also a teenager.
It's so strange that they're like, okay, well, he doesn't want to marry her, but he is her best friend.
Yeah, and
Like a
still
grown ass man.
grown man. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really, I didn't think about that.
I just thought of that. I
Yikes.
was like, wait, they really could have done anything they wanted
Oh
to.
yeah.
And he could have been the exact same character.
Yep. Yeah, because I don't know, man. So that's that's a
We
difference there.
we have to move on from that.
Yes. That is one thing with the original movie. It is great, but there are some things that you kind of just have to ignore.
But like also he's a really bad person and it's never like okay. It's all disgusting. So
That's true.
I haven't watched I actually didn't watch Beetlejuice before I saw
Oh, really?
the sequel again. Like I
Uh,
didn't do that. I don't know why. I think I meant to, and then I was like, maybe I'll
yeah.
do it right before, and then I just didn't. But I will say that watching it again, it wasn't like as horrifying as I had initially kind of thought. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
tone that
'Cause
it took with that.
that is true. Yeah. It isn't portrayed as okay,
Yeah,
which I
like he's a
appreciate.
bad dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's repulsive too, which is
Oh
what's
yeah.
something that I think really helps that because it's like, yeah, he's disgusting. Why?
Yeah, in like
Nobody
all
wants this.
ways. Yeah. True. I didn't remember before I watched it this most recent time, like how pervy he is.
Oh yeah.
I just thought he was like mean more, you know? That's
Yeah.
how I remembered it, but
He's a real jokester.
he's a real jokester. Over at BJ's Roadhouse, which they chose to keep in the cartoon.
Questionable.
Also could have just taken that out. Could have changed that name right up.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just Beetlejuice's Roadhouse.
Yeah. Duh. Or why is it even a thing?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched all of them. Maybe it's like actually a plot point, but in this one it wasn't. It was just he was just hanging out there. Could have been anywhere.
You can get the whole series on DVD for like $24 on Amazon.
Oh, I just bought the one episode for $2.
Same.
Yeah, someday. So I want to talk about the fashion. We have to talk about the
That's all I
fashion.
want to talk about.
Yeah,
I put several
like
pictures.
I see that. Like the original Lydia
Yeah.
is so goth. Look at her.
Stunning.
Her huge, wide-brimmed hat,
I love that. I wish I could
jet
pull that
black
off. I
hair,
can't.
the little pointy gelled bangs, and
Hey,
the unfortunate wedding dress is gorgeous.
it's
The red
so
dress.
pretty. She looks so cute in it.
She does.
So sorry,
It
but she
just
looks so
shouldn't be
good
a
in
wedding
it.
dress.
They also just like put so much white like concealer on her lips at all times.
Yeah. Which I'm sure at the time, like, it wasn't as easy to tell. Like, it probably
Yeah.
didn't look quite as harsh.
I was like, you need a balm right now.
Yeah.
You need a balm.
Lip mask.
Yeah.
And I do love her hair, and I love that they made the cartoon have that hair where it's like the thing sticking up. I don't even know how to describe
And the
it. It's
little
like a big,
tail.
yeah, little tail. You got the bangs. They're not quite so pointy,
It's like a
but
fountain
the other part
ponytail.
is pointy.
Yeah. And like her main outfit, 'cause she wears several different outfits, which I actually really
Mhm.
liked when you were talking about in the last episode how in cartoons they usually wear the same thing. I was like,
Right, yeah.
oh, she kind of wears different
Not
things.
her.
But she's wearing like a long like poncho, I would
Hmm.
say. Would you call that a poncho? Like a cape,
That is what I
poncho,
was calling it. Yeah,
caftan?
poncho.
She might be
Oh, it
wearing a
is kind of
caftan actually.
caftanish.
That's like red with like spider webs kind of, and
Hmm.
then probably like a bodysuit underneath is what it looks
I was trying
like,
to
a
figure that
black
out too.
bodysuit.
Either that or like just a long sleeve black shirt and black tights or leggings.
I might have to be this for Halloween this year because it's a
It's
really
so
great
cute.
outfit.
And her makeup?
Yes, the
She's
pink and the
got pink
purple.
and purple. Look at this cut crease.
Yeah. Purple eyebrows even, I think. No, they're black.
Yes.
Okay, I see it over there. Yeah, it's a great look. And like little
It's
red lips.
yeah. And it's got the little purple and pink matching her eyeshadow, the little hairband.
Oh, they're
And then
scrunchy. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, it seemed like from these just two little episodes that are combined to one episode, that when she's like at home, like just relaxing, she wears like this little, almost like a little t-shirt dress kind
Hmm.
of. It's
Yeah.
black with the pink and purple striped sash around it, like a belt, I guess. I don't know. And then when she's going out, she wears this red and purple spiderweb caftan.
Think that's
I
about
love
my
it.
style. Both.
Yeah, right? It's so cute. It looks so comfortable.
I love it. But she had really great looks in this episode altogether, though. Like over,
Yeah.
she made a bunch of outfits.
Yeah. So this episode, because she is, look at her, she is a style icon. She
Icon.
she and her friends, Prudence and Bertha.
Oh, why? What?
Don't know.
Sorry. They're such nerds. I was like, what?
I know. I mean, I think I was just trying to show like because she's like goth, she can only I don't know, her only friends are like nerds.
I think it's because she's like, I can boss these girls around.
You think
They think
so?
I'm so cool. They did. They think that she's so cool.
Well, they do, yeah.
They were like, like making clothes for her. They had like a sweatshop going on for her.
I guess I took a more lighthearted approach to it. I thought they were
Oh,
just
no, no,
having fun
no.
together making but yeah, her friends very, very nerdy. But Lydia designs these goth clothes and they're making them. They want to sell them, but they wouldn't be sold at their regular mall as it is because they don't have Hot Topic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It is Hot Topic.
what do you do? Pretty much. When did Hot Topic come out? I'm curious.
Like 94 or something.
Hmm. Okay, so this was
I'll look
before
that
then.
up all year. Yeah.
Okay, they decide to open Lydia's spooky boo hyphen teak.
Oh, 1989. So
Oh,
sorry.
dang. It's like the
Yeah, I
same
thought it was
time.
later than that.
This is where they got the idea.
I was actually thinking that because of all
They
like
might have.
the spider inspired
Oh, that's
stuff.
true. Yeah. The red and
I don't
black.
know.
Huh.
The Boo-tique, I really liked that. That's really
I know,
cute.
it's really cute. So at first, I mean, Beetlejuice, I don't know how Beetlejuice works, like his magic or whatever, but somehow there's just a store. They just have this store at the mall now. And nobody comes. Nobody comes at all, except at the very end of the day, there's a little boy who wants to buy a little spider brooch for his mom for 25 cents. It's
That
so
was so
cute.
cute.
Yeah, it was
He was so
adorable.
excited.
I know. He loved it so much.
He
Oh.
did.
And even, I mean, Lydia was even excited. She's like, oh, our first sale. And Beetlejuice is like, it was 25 cents.
Yeah.
Bye.
And Beetlejuice
Um,
got greedy
yeah, as
because
usual.
he's, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he's terrible. So what he decides to do is hypnotize everybody through the TV, have an ad for the spooky boutique that says shop till you freak at the spooky boutique. And they're all just saying it. Shop till you freak at the spooky boutique.
Yeah, there's all
They're
these
all,
people watching TV just freak
yes.
out.
Oh my God. What's the mom's name? Delia.
Jill, yeah, yeah.
She was watching the aerobics for artists. Ridiculous. That's so funny. Like, that's such a good idea.
I had such a good laugh about that.
It's so
She
good.
was perfect.
Yeah. Yes. And the host of the show too. It's
Yeah.
like for artists.
I-
They're doing the deep knee deep knee oil painting.
Oh, that was so funny.
It's so good. So yeah, they get hypnotized. Everybody's crowding around the boutique to get all these clothes. And she does have very good looks during this. I
Hmm.
loved her hair.
The
It's
pink.
like, yeah, like fuchsia.
That is what my hair looked like. Well, it wasn't quite as pink because I have
Yeah.
brown hair. But that is what my hair looked like in my little emo. Remember when it was pink and I used to tease it up
Yes.
in my little
So
emo
cute.
phase? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. Hers is much better.
I, it's a cartoon. It's, you know.
Hers is better.
But I love that it's all like the pink and purple. I like that it
Mhm.
is pink and purple because I feel like in the movie it would not have been pink and purple. It would have
No.
been only like red, red and black. Not even red
Yes.
except for the dress.
I like the choice of pink and purple, a little more like pastel gothy look.
Yeah. Yeah. And the contrast.
I like how it doesn't shy away from like the feminine colors of the goth look.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like dresses and stuff. Oh,
hmm She is very feminine.
hmm.
Love it. She finds out though that it was Beetlejuice that hypnotized everybody to make them want the clothes, and nobody actually wanted the clothes, so she gets really sad. And they run out of the clothes. So then Beetlejuice starts giving them like possessed creatures from the neither world,
The neither world.
the world.
Because that was another change since they couldn't be like, these people are dead.
They're they're from hell, basically. So everyone leaves. But then the little boy from the beginning brings his mom because he was so excited and she's so excited to see it as well. It's a happy ending.
But it's gone.
It's all
It's in
gone,
the
yeah.
neither world.
Yeah, darn it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember it being so short. We were talking about before that this is one of the very few episodes that is split into two because it also
Yeah.
had the scare and scare alike episode was the other half.
There was a point in that where they're trying to scare each other and Lydia made it seem like his mom was coming to visit and he
Oh
was
my
like,
God. Ah!
it's so funny. I don't know. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It was that like very much sitcom humor of the like old ball and chain and my mom. Ugh.
Yes. Get out of here. I liked too there was her cousin Claire, like the popular preppy girl. It was very much Munster's the cousin. I don't remember her name, but
I don't remember that at all.
we don't.
Mm-mm. I don't think I ever
Ah,
watched The
yeah.
Munsters actually,
You
now that I think about it.
what?
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Excuse me?
Should I?
Yeah, should.
Okay.
I need to know her name.
But this episode, I mean, we chose Beetlejuice because it is just such a big thing in mall goth culture. Obviously, like
Hmm
Tim Burton movies and stuff,
Oh,
and like
all
Hot
of Tim
Topic
Burton.
obviously sold all and still does sell all of the Beetlejuice merchandise.
Yes.
But it also takes place at a mall,
Yes,
and it's about
exactly.
fashion.
Yes.
And I love
And goth
that.
fashion,
Oh,
teenage fashion.
so good.
And the one that Claire chooses, it's
Oh,
so
that like
cute. It's like a
butterfly
blue, yeah, like I guess more mauve.
moth. Oh, moth.
But yeah, it is just iconic. And I love all of the fashion in it. I need to, it made me want to start dressing goth again.
Seriously, though.
Great.
I think you should.
You should. Neil used to tell me I was dressed like Stevie Nicks.
Ugh, I think you should really go that route
I think so too.
because it's like it's iconic for one.
Hmm
And for two, I mean, like we're getting older. We gotta pick a
Yeah,
lane, you know?
right?
And I think the
And
lane
flowy
is
dresses,
Stevie
caftans.
Nicks. Hmm.
It's the way to go.
Oh, I already have like 4 to 5 caftans.
I need to get some
Oh, you really do. You really do.
for summer.
They're so
Mm-mm-mm.
cute. They're so comfortable. They're effortless.
Yeah, easier than
I
pants.
get so many compliments on my tiger one.
I bet. Gotta do
Yeah,
it.
that's the route I'm going. I'm going half old witch, half old Palm Springs widow.
Mm, yeah.
Like two sides that never shall the two meet, but they're just my
Yeah.
different sides of me. You can't put
Yeah.
them together, but you got to
Perfect.
keep them apart.
Yeah.
But some outfits you could definitely do for both. but you got to do different accessories. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's versatile.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It has overlap, but not the same thing.
No, definitely not. We also need to talk about the style icon of cartoon Beetlejuice. Because did you watch the intro?
Yes, but I honestly forgot it already.
Oh no. It's amazing. It starts out, Beetlejuice is all dressed in white only. He's wearing his outfit, but just white. And then it just starts getting color from the bottom up. It just turns into the stripes on the suit. And instead of like in the movie, it's just a white button-down shirt. His is purple.
I'm
Gorgeous.
looking it up at the moment.
Yes. And for some reason, I could not figure out what was happening with his fingers. Because at first I thought he was wearing red nail polish, but it was like the entire fingertips.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be red fingernail polish.
I'm not sure, because even when he like turns around his hands, it's like the whole thing.
The what is
And
it
then
supposed to be
too, for some
then?
reason he takes off his shoes on one of the episodes. I don't remember, but his toes were like that too. I know.
Ew.
I don't know what's going on.
So I accidentally watched the wrong one and now I'm watching this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah, what is up with the fingers?
I don't know.
Is it because all men wrote this and like animated it maybe? And they don't know how
I
nail
couldn't figure
polish
out how nail
works?
polish worked. But why did they even give him nail polish in the first place?
I don't
If you
know.
don't know how to do it. I liked that they made him so like, I mean, in the movie too, he is like very, he wears a lot of different outfits that are very outrageous.
Hmm.
But
I
in
at
this,
one point he was wearing the same outfit as Alec Baldwin and he's like,
oh
"Hey,
yeah,
look, we're stylish." It's so funny. It's
yes,
so charming.
it is. And there's the when he wears like the cowboy outfit, and then that's in the
Hmm.
cartoon too.
Yeah. Oh,
Little
it's really
white
good.
white cowboy outfit. But who are the voice actors? I didn't really
Well,
look.
I just know the woman,
Allison Court.
yeah, Allison Court, is the clown from the Big Comfy Couch.
Oh wow, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Hmm.
I loved the big comfy couch.
Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how much I love the Big Comfy Couch and for way too long. Like way older than I should have been watching that show.
Like
Like,
20.
well, actually, it was on Netflix. I feel like when Netflix first started streaming, and I was like, oh, and then I
Yeah.
watched it and I was like, I can't watch this.
Mm-mm. No, doesn't
It's
work
really
out.
cute. But she was only 14 when she started voicing this character
Oh
too.
wow.
Yeah, she was very young.
Yeah, because I see that it's before the big comfy
Hmm.
couch. That was 1992.
I
Dang, that was
know.
on for a long time. 92 to 2006.
I did not know that.
No, till we were mall goths.
Yeah.
We were 16. Oh, Tara Strong is
Hmm.
Bertha.
Yep.
Huh.
So she's the voice of everything
Yeah.
ever.
Tommy Pickles,
Yep.
what I know her most.
Yeah. I didn't know by name any of the other people, but
Yeah.
they definitely all had credits that were like the Fox Kids stuff and the
Mm.
WB Kids and all of that.
Yeah. But yeah, good actors behind it.
Yeah. She's a fun voice and I I really like this Lydia too because she's happier and brighter for sure
She
than
is, yeah. And probably because she is 12 and not 15.
yeah.
She hasn't gotten there yet.
Being 15 is the actually I think being 12 years old is
That,
I would
yeah,
rather be 15 years old again than 12 years old again, honestly.
12 is very hard.
Yeah, I always say
Kids
that
are
like
mean.
if you had a good time in middle school, I don't
Probably
you're
because
not a
you're
good
a
person
bully.
now. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Because nobody had a
No one
good
around you
time.
was having a good time.
Yeah. One time, this is such a side note. One time, this one girl got a perm. And then I told her, because she was crying about it, and then I told her
Oh.
I liked it.
Hmm.
And the next day, because my hair is naturally curly, I came to
Yeah.
school with just my hair. And they
Oh.
all her and her friends said, "You're copying her." And I was like,
Oh,
wait, wait. And that's how mean middle schoolers are, okay?
Wow. You're trying to stick up for her.
I know, I was trying to be nice.
Oh, wow.
I never forgot that, Jenny.
Damn. We're going Liza Campanelli over here.
Tessa, Tessa Campanelli.
Oh, what did I say, Liza? Where did
We're
I
trying.
get that?
Oh, Liza Minnelli? Liza Minnelli, probably.
Oh my God. Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
my gosh. Moving on. Yeah, this was really fun, and I'm really glad I watched this, and I think I'm gonna buy that full series on
I think I
DVD.
am too. It was fun. And it's just like, it is so lighthearted, the cartoon,
Hmm.
much more than the movie.
And the world building. The world
Right?
building is really cool.
It is. I want to see like the Netherworld.
Yeah.
I
I'm
gotta see
telling you,
those episodes.
I think I'm gonna be here for Halloween, like
You
as
should.
the cartoon,
Cartoon
because I think that
version.
I mean I practically own those outfits already, like
Yeah,
whatever.
close enough.
So this was like a happy, fun, different thing than Beetlejuice is.
Yeah, very different. Did you have more you wanted to say about the movies?
Um, I guess just like it is so funny how I would have considered this such like a big kids movie,
Mm,
Beetlejuice, and then it was made into a kids cartoon because
yeah,
that's what they were doing with every movie then.
pretty much.
Like
Yeah.
there's an Ace Ventura cartoon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I mean, there was just like so many different there's a Bill and Ted cartoon. There were so many different
yeah.
cartoons that came off of these like teen and adult movies.
Hmm.
But just even Beetlejuice being considered like such a big movie for 90s kids who were it's so funny. It's all about death.
I know, yeah. It is. Like he's dead. He says in the episode he's been doing the what was it called? Scary hold on. Scary Fool's Day. Like April Fool's Day was their prank on. He said he's been doing it for 600 years so he doesn't get scared easily. 600 years.
So 600-year-old, what an Edward Cullen
I
situation.
know. Yes. A Look for Me by Moonlight.
Why won't this 600-year-old man leave her alone?
I d- don't know. I do not know.
As Demi Lovato once tweeted, get a job, leave her alone.
Yes, absolutely. Get out of here.
Get away.
I also just since you mentioned Bill and Ted with the bogus journey, when they're like going to hell too. Why was that such a thing? As like a goofy, lighthearted thing.
I feel like there just really was this like string, and it's a lot because of Tim Burton. A string of
That's
like
true.
really dark, bluish looking movies,
Yeah.
blue-greenish looking movies. And I don't know, it's just like coming off of the 80s. It kind of is like, oh well, there's like the AIDS epidemic and just reggae and just everything. It's just
Yeah,
like I bet if people were feeling really dark, it's like kind of what we talked about in our last episode about like, oh, I
that's
wonder
true.
what trends in scary, horror, spooky things are going to emerge because of
Mhm.
how people are feeling about the world.
That is true, yeah. But they made it lighthearted.
Hmm.
Dark comedies.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if there are like musical episodes of the cartoon. I'm very
That would be really
curious.
fun.
And I
Yeah.
hope there are. Just because that was such a big thing in the movies, in both movies.
Yeah.
The big like musical scene,
It
which I
was that.
loved in
So
the second one
much.
too. I I was afraid that they were gonna either do like the same song or something very similar, but I loved that
Hmm.
it was totally different. The Someone left the cake out in the rain is that what it's called, but still just like weird, surreal things happening.
That was so much fun. I do like though that they had the song, like the Beetlejuice song,
Yeah,
excuse me, in for the choir at the funeral,
the
which
funeral.
how they handled that was
Oh,
absolutely perfect because if
yes.
the listener doesn't know, the man who played Lydia's father, who is
Mhm.
also on Ferris Bueller, was
Yeah.
convicted of being a child predator. Very
Hmm.
disgusting. So the fact that they he got his like his whole half bitten off, so you
Yes.
don't ever have to see his stupid face. It's
Hmm.
great. Like that's
Yeah,
so
that was
perfect.
a really good way to do that
Yeah.
because yeah, they could not have him in the movie for sure.
Yeah, it was fun and like I think it maintained the same kind of funness of the first one, but also it felt more teenage to me as well.
You think so?
Kind of with the Astrid, her situation
Jenna
with the
Ortega
boy.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Lydia doesn't like interact with other children,
that's true.
other
Yeah.
teenagers
Hmm.
until, I mean, at the end she's going to school and stuff, but she's much more adult in the way she sees the world and the way she interacts with the world. And Astrid, her daughter, actually does feel like a teenager, and her storyline is very much a teenager storyline.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do also like that because it is Jenna Ortega, and obviously she's coming off of like Wednesday and just being so goth. I was definitely expecting something different. Like I didn't expect the Lydia daughter relationship to be the way that it was.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
that she would be like goth and like wanting to,
Hmm.
be with ghosts or whatever, but that is not the case. That was a good fun twist.
She's like, no, mom, you're embarrassing me.
Yes.
And, as Delia pointed out, like, that's your karma. You were mean to me, so your daughter's gonna be mean to you.
Yep. Pretty much. Because yeah, no matter
Yeah.
what your mom is like, you're gonna have issues as a teenager.
You're gonna be
They're
embarrassed
gonna
no
be
matter what.
embarrassed. Yep.
You can have the coolest mom ever, and you're gonna be embarrassed
Yep.
because
Definitely.
it is just what it is.
Yeah. Teenage mother-daughter relationships. That's so rough.
I liked the Astrid whole storyline as well. I thought that that was
Yeah.
really well done and almost had me fooled.
Yep. Yeah. Same. I will say I was not the biggest fan of the ex-wife storyline, and I really believe it was just Tim Burton's way of having his girlfriend in the movie as like, look at how hot my girlfriend is.
Which, yes,
Well, she
she
is,
is.
yeah. But it's like that whole storyline was totally unnecessary.
It was so unnecessary, but I will say that when I was rewatching that part at the beginning where she's stapling herself back
Oh
together,
yeah.
I was like, this is beautiful. I just
It
wish it would
is.
have more of a it would have mattered more because it didn't matter to the plot very
Right. Yeah.
much
No,
in
it
between.
did.
Like it mattered at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah. It should have either been like more of a storyline or it should have just been like a scene like related to something else and not a
Yes.
whole thing.
Because I did like that. But that is funny because Tim Burton is a man who puts his current partner in his
Yeah,
movies,
absolutely.
cheats on his
Bonham
partners
Carter.
with someone else, and then puts them in the movies.
Yep.
It's
Yep, he
so
does.
look that up if you didn't know.
Yikes.
But man, Tim Burton really was our like our goth dad.
Oh yeah. Loved all of his movies. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Another Winona Ryder.
Yeah. Yeah, she was really good at just being a gal, a gal in goth.
Yep. Gallon Goth.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Beetlejuice is a great franchise, and it's one that
Yeah.
honestly, if the sequel wouldn't have come out, I like would catch it sometimes on TV, like parts of it, whatever.
Yeah.
But like really getting back into the mind frame of the goth teenager, I'm
Hmm.
here for it.
Oh
This
yeah.
is fun. I'm probably gonna watch more of the cartoon. I'm probably gonna watch the whole Beetlejuice movie again. Like
Hmm.
I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
fully in
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. I want to watch it again too.
I wish we could watch it together.
I know.
That would be so
Oh. Well, how does this come into our question of the month of the spooky girl origin story?
fun. That is interesting.
I think for me, I was always into like spooky things, even as like a
Hmm.
very small child, probably because of my brother and my cousin who were into them. So it
Yeah.
stemmed from there. I was exposed to all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a spooky child from the start.
Hmm.
Like you really were into that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't I came by it later on in life. Like
Yeah.
when I say that I mean 13 years old. Uh, but I think that I just had to hit like a point where I was like I feel lots of emotion and the
Hmm.
normal things because I still loved like all of like the WB teen shows and like the Cluelesses and all the bright fun stuff. But I was
Yeah.
like, but they don't get me, man.
Hmm.
And Lydia
Yep.
Deetz, she gets
She
it, you know?
gets it. Yeah. Yeah. They do really go into more of like the tough emotions.
Hmm.
And
Like the
not
sadness.
to constantly talk about Degrassi too, but like I feel
No,
like
please.
that too. Like those characters were the ones that they were talking about really
Hmm.
hard issues a lot of the times. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that. I want more of that. I wanted like I wanted on one hand a Cher who could, went shopping and was fun. And like she did have depth. Don't get me wrong. Like I know,
Yeah.
okay, I'll defend Cher Horowitz to the death, okay?
Yes.
But I think she doesn't have that like piece of sadness that I feel
Mm.
like maybe you and I always are like, huh, there's something. There's
Yeah.
something that's dark. There's something a little dark in here, you know?
Yeah. I do feel like I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's not even if you are exposed to it, if it's not like your thing, you're not gonna latch onto it
Yeah.
as a kid. There's something.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's like, a bunch of little goth girls who dress up like Lydia Deetz every Halloween and
Yep.
because she just like gets that part of us that's kind of like what's the point?
Right. Yes.
Like my mom is embarrassing. My the boy at school doesn't like me because I'm dark and emo.
I'm weird.
I'm so weird. And I feel like us weird spooky girls always find each other and are like, are
Mhm.
we weird?
We're so weird.
Let's be weird together.
Oh my God. And we still have our bright, fun stuff. We're
Mhm.
pastel goth. I've determined.
Yeah, we're that meme that's like the that black house and that pink house that are right next
Mm-hmm.
to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's my closet for sure.
definitely. But yeah, any final thoughts?
My final thought is that, as I kind of already said, but I think that this time around I got like a lot more from watching Beetlejuice and the cartoon as well, and like kind of putting that feeling of each of those together and
Mm.
in a way that made me feel really nostalgic for my childhood and my teen
Yeah.
years at the same time. And I just like really enjoyed it. And I thought that Gina Davis was so gorgeous. I couldn't stop looking at her,
Hmm.
even in that horrible dress.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
Terrible.
Alec Baldwin is awful now, but oh my God, was he beautiful?
Yeah, I know. It is unfortunate that they couldn't be in the new ones, but
Yeah, but they
obviously it
were.
wouldn't have worked. There'd be no way.
I was reading some article about Beetlejuice about how the writer came up with the idea and was like how usually it's horrible ghosts terrorizing really great people that move into their house, like nice
Mhm.
people. And
Yeah,
this is the opposite. And I was like, holy shit. And I think
I
that's
love
maybe
that.
why I loved it so much. I was like,
Yeah.
that's such a cool way to tell a ghost story.
Yeah, absolutely. Because yeah, the people are terrible.
Yeah. And Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis are so nice. And oh my
So
gosh,
wholesome.
at the beginning, the way that they were like loving each other and the way that they
I
loved each other throughout the
know.
whole thing, that I feel like we don't
They're
talk enough
so
about their
cute.
love.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they threw it all. Life and death.
Yeah, there's a point where she's like crumbling, you know,
Yeah.
And he like takes her jaw and it falls off in his hand and he just looks like I still love you so like gives her
Oh,
this look.
yeah.
I think that's the thing I took from it this time the mo like the movie the most. I was like,
Mhm.
that's a great love story.
Yeah. That is another thing with Tim Burton. He's all about the dark love story.
And do I love a dark love story?
Yep.
As long as it's not between a 600-year-old and a 12-year-old, okay?
Oh yeah, no, no, let's not do that. But some more song lyrics for you. We can live like Jack and Sally if we want.
Where are you?
Oh, I know. I just remember that song coming out because Blink-182 really was more pop punk, and then that song came out,
Oh yeah.
and it was like, oh, they're emo
Emo.
now.
Yep.
We got their
Hmm.
ass,
Yep.
and they sang that lyric, and they're like, every 13-year-old girl is flipping her shit
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Like, did you hear that?
Did you fucking
Did
hear
you?
that?
Do you know who he's talking about? Mom.
I
Good
think that's
stuff.
where, yeah, that's where we should end it.
Yeah.
Another great
Flipping our
episode of
shit.
Goth,
Gall.
Goth, Mall Goth Madness. Oh my God, it's really hard to say. I don't know why. Mall Goth
Gall, moth,
Madness.
whatever you prefer.
Gall Moth. Wah, wah, wah. You can find us on Instagram at Nostalgic Nightcaps, and you should rate and review on whatever platform you are currently listening to this
Yes,
podcast on.
please.
And tell us if you have seen the cartoon, the Beetlejuice cartoon, and what you think, because that was fun.
It was fun. Tell us your favorite episode. And if
Yeah,
you remember, if you to this day still say shop to freak at the spooky boutique.
I know.
'Cause I
That's all I'm gonna say from now on.
yep. What more can I say?
Bye.
Bye.